How is moral relativism applied globally? Have you ever wondered why people from different cultures have such varying views on what is right or wrong? This question leads us to the concept of moral relativism. Moral relativism suggests that moral judgments are not universal. Instead, they depend on cultural, societal, or individual perspectives. This means that what one group sees as acceptable may be viewed differently by another. At its core, moral relativism challenges the idea that there is a single moral standard for everyone. In philosophical ethics, this creates discussions about whether actions should be judged by local norms or by universal principles. The way we define and use moral terms is also important. Words like good, bad, right, and wrong can have different meanings in various cultures. Moral relativism is applied globally in several ways. Take international organizations like the United Nations, for example. Different countries may interpret human rights or justice based on their cultural values. This can lead to disagreements about how to tackle global issues. Some nations may argue that local customs should take precedence over universal standards. In the realm of global health, moral relativism influences how policies are created and implemented. For instance, some societies prioritize community well-being over individual choice. This affects how medical decisions are made. In certain African countries, traditional medicine is often valued alongside or even above Western medicine. This reflects local beliefs and practices. In parts of Asia, family and community interests may take priority over individual autonomy, shaping how medical research and informed consent are approached. Moral relativism also shows up in everyday life and legal systems. Practices such as dietary choices, attitudes toward punctuality, and consumer behavior can vary widely across cultures. What is acceptable in one place may be frowned upon in another. Laws often reflected these differences, as they are based on local moral values. The application of moral relativism has both benefits and drawbacks. On one hand, it encourages respect for cultural diversity. It helps avoid imposing one group's values on another. This can improve cooperation in international projects, especially when local customs are taken into account. On the other hand, it can create challenges when different moral standards clash. This makes it tough to agree on universal human rights or ethical guidelines. From the standpoint of ethics and morals, moral relativism raises important questions about how we define right and wrong. It pushes us to think about whether moral judgments should be flexible and context-dependent, or should certain principles apply to everyone, regardless of culture. This debate is central to philosophical ethics and shapes how we understand moral issues worldwide. In practical terms, moral relativism reminds us that ethical decisions often require sensitivity to local values and traditions. At the same time, it challenges us to think critically about the limits of tolerance and the possibility of universal moral standards. This balance is especially relevant in today's interconnected world, where people from diverse backgrounds interact and collaborate more than ever before.